For those that don't know, this is what an R8 should look like.
But instead, this is what my R8 looks like. Yeah, I know. Nowhere near the ones I just showed you. But before we even get too far into why I have this car, I'll tell you a little story about why I even bought it. So real quick before story time, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you see, definitely hit that subscribe button, hit the little notification bell next to it. So next time I upload a video, you'll be notified. Try to get them about weekly. This is my first one. Please comment, let me know how I'm doing. It'd be much appreciated. My name is Danny. I'm up here in the Northwest. I've always been a car guy. Actually own a really small little independent car dealership. It's just me, no employees or anything like that. And yeah, I bought some interesting cars and I thought I'd throw some videos up about just kind of the way I deal with them. And yeah, so I'm definitely Google certified and a master YouTube mechanic. So as you can probably tell, that'll make for some interesting times. Yeah, come on this journey with me. Let me know how I do. So this right here is my 2009 R8. It's supposed to have a gated 6-speed manual in it, but as you can tell, it's just not there. And that's because when I bought the car from Copart, it is a salvage. That's okay. Everything seemed to be okay. I'll show you a picture of what it looked like when I bought it. So got it up here, and believe it or not, it was just a lower control arm to actually make it drivable. So got it going, and as I was driving it to the state patrol inspection to get it retitled, it decided to, well, it didn't decide to do anything, it decided to do it before I got the car. I just found out at that moment that going into 6th gear, it was not having it. It just wasn't going to happen. It was like, yo, peace out. And a little bit of a sad time for me. I said, hey, I thought this car was almost too good to be true up until that point because it was a super easy fix. Didn't pay that much for it. I was pretty proud of myself with the price I got it for. Little hint, I bought it for less than Sam Crack bought his. Irrelevant, but got it. Got the 6th gear was not working. So with a broken heart, decided to remove the transmission to see if I can just get it repaired, you know, get a gear replaced or something. Long story short, wasn't happening. Just took it apart. I had a transmission guy take it apart and just chewed up. I mean, it just wasn't going to work. I mean, we could have patched it, but it would have just been months until something else, some other gear would have started going bad, and that's not how I like to sell my cars off by any means. So I decided to start searching for a transmission. Well, I found out that route wasn't much help either because, well, couldn't really find anything. I found an R8 one that, after a little bit of research, maybe would have worked. It didn't. If you know, throw it in the comments if you know if it would have or not. I guess at this point it really doesn't matter, but still would have been cool to know, maybe for some other people in the future. So found an R8, didn't go for it. Found a company down in California that sold remanufactured transmissions, or at least that's what it seemed like. And but they wanted like $10,400 or something. Probably kicked a couple $100 off of it, but still a lot of money. I decided to go back to the source at that point where I got this from, Copart or IA or whatever, and just look around to see what I could find. And that is how I got the one you just saw before this. So finally, after looking for some days and leaving it alone, because obviously R8s don't pop up every day in the salvage auctions, or any auctions for that matter, found the one that is currently on the outside of this garage. And crazy enough, it was here locally to me. And I thought, that's awesome, I'll buy that. It is a manual, as I verified through my due diligence of looking up pictures, and the pictures in the auction listing didn't show the shifter, but if any of you are familiar with the website autoauctions.io, I'll throw a link to them in the description. Great website, especially if you're looking at salvage stuff. They actually had a whole different set of photos. Crazy enough, I don't know when IA uploaded these ones, but anyway, they had different photos, and in their photos it showed the shifter, and it was a manual, so I was like, perfect. So I ended up bidding on it, and I got it. It's like, yes. And that was the day where I had the epiphany, the great idea, the journey that we're about to start together, in turning this guy into a V10. And as far as I can tell, I think I'm the only person in the world that's doing this or has done it. If anybody else has done it, please let me know. I would love to call them and ask for help. I'm just kidding. But seriously, that, I think, as far as I can tell, I'm the only person that's done it. It's a little poetic, actually, the way this is working out, because this car looks like a V10 on the outside. Someone went through the trouble of putting the V10 bumpers and side skirts, exhaust, you know, the oval exhaust tips on it. You know, so it looks like a V10, but it's just not. And I always, you know, it's always that R8 thing. I don't know what it is, but like when people, I remember driving this out one night, and a younger kid was like, "Hey man, it's cool R8," and I was like, "Yeah, it is." And he's like, "Is that a V10 or a V8?" And I was like, "V8," and he's like, I was like, mm-hmm. Anyway, so whatever. Now we're gonna make it a V10. Maybe I'll see that kid again. You'll see. But right now, let's give you a little tour of the cars.
So this is the 2009 R8 that I bought via Copart back in July. Beautiful Suzuki gray color with the most important part, that guy right there. So this guy, nice black interior. It's got the carbon fiber package, the side blades, and the doors, and all that awesome stuff. Get into this thing real quick. See how many miles are on her. Did drive it a little bit before I took the transmission out. Yeah. So this guy's got a little focus right there. 37,000 miles. Not bad for a 09, wouldn't you say? Got the navigation, heated seats. It's gonna be a super fun car, that's for sure. Can't wait to get this thing done. Only got one key though. We'll have to rectify that later. Right back here is the 4.2 V8 without a transmission. Wah wah. It's actually not very difficult to take out. I was surprised. And it looks like it actually has been taken out before. A little writing on the flywheel there. A little writing on the wall. Got the axles. Look at these tires. Best thing about this thing, I swear, it looks like a Batmobile from the back. Look at that. Boom! So let's go out to the other one. This is my garage, by the way. Pretty much the whole reason I even bought this house. It's almost as big as the house itself. This is 1,100 square feet of YouTube mechanicking and Google searching. All sorts of stuff. I love Porsche. I don't know if you can tell. Check it out. So in the back over here, we got this beautiful 2012 white R8. And just like the other one, it is a manual. But yeah, it's also got glass everywhere and all sorts of craziness. If you know what happened to this car on the off chance, please let me know. There's a sticker on the back that's kind of telling about where it's there's a place here right there. I think I'm gonna try to contact that place. So here's the big deal. This guy right here. Look at that. Look at that beauty. Look at that beauty. So this car, crazy enough, doesn't have any of the carbon fiber stuff on the outside. Those side blades are just black. But it does have the carbon fiber in the engine bay. And crazy enough, the other one, the one that we're going to putting this power plant into, doesn't have the carbon fiber in the engine bay. So this is like the completion of it all. It's kind of, that's why I said it was like poetic earlier, that this is just meant to be, this motor going into that one. So crazy enough, I actually had this car for a little bit now, and I've never started it. Yeah, so I think we're going to do that together here now. One of the things I needed to do to start it was right here in the kick panel, there is a pyro fuse. and kind of bypass it, because I tried to start it before, but it just wasn't happening. So let's look at that windshield. You think I can buff that out? Maybe the roof. Look at this. Yeah, I don't know what you would be inspecting, but sounds good. I mean, you know it's bad when you can just take the wheel and just do that. Nuts. That's nuts. So let's start this beast. So real quick, we're gonna see how many miles this thing has. This part I have done once before. I was super stoked when I found out. But this thing has a whopping 16,048 miles on it. I mean, absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Just gotta watch myself. There's a lot of glass in here. Driver airbag did deploy, and the knee airbag down there, which is why we had to bypass the pyro fuse. Nice little deal over there. But you just gotta watch out with this car right now, because there's glass everywhere. You do not want to hurt yourself. I do like this steering wheel. I might try to swap this into the other one as well. We will see. But let's give it a start. Let's go to the back and see what this thing starts like. This is truly the first time I've ever tried to start. All right, guys, round two. It starts. I've literally had this car here for like 2 months. No idea if it started.